Welcome to the Beard Me That Beer podcast. I'm David.
I'm Sam.
And welcome to episode number 24, the third in our Dangerous Situation series.
Amazing.
Sam calls it worst case scenarios.
Well, it's the same in my book. I don't know, because I don't know. They feel more like worst case scenarios to me, in that they are more plausible.
For me, a worst case scenario would be like if we're in this situation, like an avalanche, and then a missile is coming at us. That would be worst case scenario. The avalanche is already bad, but then like something else happens.
Like, okay, all right. Well, that's ridiculous versions of that. But I feel like these can happen, like actual worst case scenarios, not like, oh, atomic bomb in the middle of an avalanche and you are falling off a cliff at the same time with a broken leg.
I mean, at that point, you're just like, whatever kills me first.
That's a Final Destination death right there. So
it all happens
overkill
when you're behind a truck in a drive-through.
Yeah. Perfect.
What beer are you drinking today, buddy?
I can't bring myself to go shopping like more than necessary. So I still have some of these Sierra Nevada torpedoes laying around.
Is that the IPA, the Indian Pale Ale, or
the extra IPA?
The extra IPA.
Yeah, I had it a few weeks back, and I'm just trying to get through my reserves.
You have a lot of beer. I'm shocked.
Yeah, like not like a lot in terms of variety, but quantity. I didn't realize I had so much laying around the house. So
yeah, you probably have a ton of Kona and a ton of Sierra Nevadas. There's quite a fair bit of like Bud Light and Corona laying around, but I'm like, that's not mine. I don't want to. I'm not bringing that on the show. Yeah, we'd look really bad.
Yeah, that's trashy.
Trash beer. But still beer, and some people enjoy it, and that's okay.
That's okay, but you're wrong. But that's okay.
But gross. Cool.
And you?
I think I've had this beer before at a brewery once, but I don't remember. And unfortunately, I'm going to get a lot of shit for this, being from San Diego, but I'm not a huge fan of this brewery that I'm about to say.
Well, good thing you're highlighting them.
Alpine Beer Company.
Alpine?
Yeah, they're in Alpine.
Let's get a good look at that can.
Or different can.
I can see it. Yeah. Very, very... Oh, Nelson, real big on the top.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Nelson hops, big time. And this is an Indian Pale Ale, 7%. They are... I'm not sure what the full 100% thing is, but Green Flash, I think, owns them distribution-wise or something, because Green Flash Brewery, the one in Mira Mesa, Miramar, they have Alpine beer on tap. So I've had it there before, and I'm about to have it in this can. I just don't remember if I liked it or not, but if it's Nelson, I would say I like Nelson beers a lot.
All right. And just as an aside, do you actually know anybody named Nelson?
No.
No?
That's a weird question too.
Yeah, I've yet to meet someone named Nelson in person.
Nelson. I know someone named Nielsen.
It's not the same. That doesn't count.
And that's their last name too.
No, I mean like a first name.
No.
I know it's a first name. I've never met someone with it though. I've heard. I mean, like, I can only imagine the person that goes with that name if that's their first name.
Wow,
it's not
positive. For me, I thought it would be a last name, not a first name.
I've heard it as a last name, but I've never met someone with a first name. Although I know that is a first name too.
Well, so far Nelson is pretty funky and skunky and very weed, and I have that taste. But unfortunately, the Nelson beers I've had are always have this creamy, kind of thick taste about them. Like they're just a creamy beer, but not in the sense that they're, sugary or anything milk. They're just creamy. And this doesn't taste like that. This just tastes like a beer.
That sounds so disappointing. Because, just outright that description, it sounds like it would be something good to drink.
Oh, it's so good.
Just
especially when they bring it to you in a pint, it's like murky. So at least the Nelson beers I've had, they kind of have this more murky look than just like see-through beer color.
Okay. Like there's some actual
and actually,
something going on there.
Kind of looking at it, it does look a little murky. It's kind of hard because it's in the can. But it does look like it would be a little murky.
Interesting. All right.
It's a tasty beer. I like the taste of it. And it's from San Diego, so support to all the, local breweries out there right now that need it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All businesses, really. Are you ready to start with our last? We're going to knock the rest out. I went back and I numbered down which ones we need to do to finish the list of 25 most dangerous situations.
Let's get them done, yo.
All right, here we go. This one, and before we started, I told Sam the first one's really weird because this has never happened to me, but I have felt this object that I'm about to say before.
That's weird.
I think most people who have gone to a certain place have felt this object before, and most people can say it's not a good feeling and they don't like it.
Is this like sexual or something? Or
no?
It's because it sounds.
I guess it could be sexual.
Ominous.
I'm just trying to be as vague as possible.
That's not comforting in the least.
Feet trapped in algae.
Feet trapped in algae?
Or I'm assuming or kelp.
Trapped in algae or kelp.
I've never had this happen to me once, ever. And I don't know if I may be totally wrong, but I don't know if San Diego has anything like this where people can go and test their feet out.
Algae or kelp I wouldn't say this is like maybe the kelp one because that implies that you're in like seawater.
Yeah. So
but that's algae.
That's what the picture is. The picture is like it's basically like a forest underwater where the kelp and algae grow. Now imagine swimming through it and you get stuck.
Yeah, I've done that.
Okay, so Sam's done it. So he should be correct in this. But for me, I guess I would automatically go to whatever is stuck, like my hand or feet, and try to rip it off and pull it off as fast as possible. I wouldn't pull it off from my foot where it's tied. I would follow like the stem because I feel like that's easier to rip off than because if you pull, you might pull tighter, and I think that would just make you panic more.
Yeah. No, that's true. Well, in my experience, the key to anything in water, and seeing as it's kelp, I'm imagining that you're probably your feet aren't touching the floor at all, so you're probably just like adrift.
Yeah.
Anything related to seawater, where like you're not outright able to touch the seafloor or anything, like just don't panic, because when you panic, that's when bad shit starts to happen. So, like, yeah, just keep your cool. No need to panic, because, like, unless it's, like, you're actively getting pulled under by something or whatever, like, there's stuff you can do to help yourself. But, I would try to, like, calmly untangle if possible. Otherwise, just try and rip. But, other than that, like... Yeah, that's the only thing I would think to do in that situation. But for like the algae, like I've done that too, but like I wouldn't really. I don't know. I only did it in like knee deep water though, so
it's not really like you could just like keep walking and probably be okay.
But I mean, like otherwise, I don't like algae on its own. I don't really know how you would get stuck in that, unless it was like there was another element involved, like I don't know, like you stepped in mud or something.
I think I guess the situation would be is if you do panic and you start twirling around and wigging out, I guess you would be stuck more.
Yeah, I guess. Well, yeah. I guess the pull away here is just don't try your best not to panic.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see what they say.
All right.
If it's possible, try to float on your back the same way you did for a cramp. If your head is below water, then try not to panic and conserve oxygen. Using your hand, slide it down along your legs until you get the algae off of you. Remember that struggling can make things worse. So yeah, basically what we said.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Now, what if it was like sentient kelp?
Sentient kelp, like
a swamp
if
thing
this
situation,
is or a sphere situation where someone's controlling the algae to kill you.
Yeah.
Like the jellyfish.
What if this is like The Happening? I was gonna say, what if this is like The Happening, where like
if
the
this
plants
is The
are out for
Happening,
you?
wouldn't the plant make you kill yourself?
Well, I said not exactly. I mean, if it is The Happening, stuff is happening. You're probably
also,
not gonna.
That movie is so fucking good. I love the idea, and Mark Wahlberg's acting is Oscar worthy.
Do you know the reason? I read this somewhere, but like, do you know the reason why he decided to get involved with that movie?
No,
he's like, oh, I read the script. He's like, and like my character, they're like, I forget. He's like a teacher or something.
Right? He's like a dad, right?
He's like a well, no, like for like a profession. He's like a teacher or like a mathematician or like a scientist or something. He's like, oh, I thought that would be cool. That's why I wanted to do that movie. And I'm like, why was that the reason you did that movie? That is
Well, I guess he always plays like that tough guy.
Yeah.
Maybe
say hi to your mother for me.
That shit's so funny.
Yeah, no, like I get it. He's trying to branch out, but I was like, come on, man. Like, I don't know. I don't think he'd be very convincing. Good. But
it's good. I mean, it wasn't convincing at all. It was actually a really bad movie, but it's really funny to watch.
That was really, yeah. No, it's good for different reasons.
Yeah, the story itself is pretty smart, I believe. I mean, like the science part. Okay, next one. And then we're just back to the ocean. Cramp while swimming.
Had this happen too.
I have never cramped in water ever. I have cramped a couple times, and it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like after 3 seconds, you kind of just like 3 or 4 seconds, it goes away. At least my cramps.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just kind of like, I guess, float on my back. And then if it's a real bad cramp, I guess I'll just kind of float for a while and hope that waves take me to shore.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. If I may ask, where do you get cramps most often? Is it like leg cramps, stomach cramps?
I've gotten calf cramps. I've gotten a quad cramp, and I get chest cramps a lot.
I think that's just a heart attack.
No, I totally feel it. Like the muscle right here is like curling in. It's a terrible feeling. I hate it.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like something that should be happening. That sounds.
It's a cramp.
No, I don't know what that is. That sounds. Like you should get that checked.
Flex too hard and it cramps over, then it pushes back over. Maybe it's a Charlie horse then.
What? No, I'm very familiar with the classic Charlie horse in the calf muscle. That's my kryptonite, and it is like I have to go to sleep afterwards because that's a day ender.
If you guys don't know Sam, he for his height and his weight, he has the largest calves in any mammal. That's North America known to mankind.
Yeah, and I do nothing.
Sasquatch would be jealous of those calves.
That's so funny. Yeah, and I do nothing for them. That's just genes.
They're bigger than my biceps. They're bigger than my quads. I am extremely jealous of how big Sam's quads are.
Don't be jealous. It makes it difficult to buy pants.
That's why he wears shorts.
Oh, what's that? You're mostly torso. Well, you got short legs. Well, okay, yeah, we could probably just assume you have a small waist. Nope, no, you don't. All right, you're just weird. You get a weird shaped body.
Hey, that's why Hot Topic skinny jeans are awesome.
I haven't shopped at Hot Topic for a long time.
I only shop at Hot Topic.
That's great. Actually, I haven't bought a pair of jeans in a really long time, so I don't even know anymore.
I think the last pair of jeans I bought was like 2 years ago. I just only wear them like for shows now, and that's it. Anyways, cramping while swimming. That's what I said. If I cramp, float on my back and chill out.
Well, there's no chilling when you're cramping. It's like,
I mean, I've cramped before, and I just try to relax, not move, and wait for it to pass.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. When I cramp, like everything in my body starts to strain because of it. Like I could feel like tension in my neck, like I'm clenching my jaw and like, "Ugh!" and get like some veins popping and stuff. And then everything is just really tight. So I feel like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure this isn't true at all, but I don't know if that were to happen to me in water, and let's say it was like, in my calf, like it usually is. I feel like when I have that just raw, tense moment, like I feel like my body weight just shoots, and I'm just suddenly denser for no reason. So I'm just gonna sink, unless I mean that's what it feels like. Like you ever get that feeling?
I've cramped before. I just like it doesn't last that long to me. I've had a worse experience, which makes cramp. I guess it just like, oh cool, my muscles like really freaking out, and then 3 seconds later it kind of just relaxes. So I guess it just doesn't feel like it's. I'm not saying it's not like a terrible feeling because it doesn't feel good, but I just feel like it goes quicker if you just relax. But yeah, I think being in water would freak you out because you're in water. But I guess it'd be easier because if it's your leg, it's easier to move your leg in water. Like you kind of just float.
I don't think that's my natural instinct though. It's gonna just to flounder around until it stops, which would probably like attract a shark or something.
Yeah, a wounded seal
would be good. Although I think I would prefer. So my usuals are leg cramps, but on occasion I'll get like back cramps, which is really odd, like in the lower part of my back. And
Okay.
I feel like if I were to get something like that in the water, I'm a goner.
I think anything with your back anywhere is pretty bad. I've had a pretty bad back pull once, and I think Sam was here or saw me podcasting. Oh no, yeah, we were injury story podcast.
Oh yeah.
And
you were talking about.
I could barely like walk, open the door. I could barely move my hands, anything, and I was sitting down like oh. But yeah, I never had a cramp in my back. That doesn't sound fun.
It's it's definitely not fun. Like I'm grateful most of the times I get cramps, I'm like in bed.
I feel like that most people get
Speaking
cramps
of-
in bed. I sometimes get them at the gym.
Oh, what a terrible place for a cramp.
Yeah.
That's
But I think that's because I'm pushing myself a little too much.
chillax, bro.
With the gains, bro. With the gains.
Dude, shut up.
Sam has really good gains.
Yeah, of weight from like muffins and donuts.
His biceps are bigger than my head. Look at that. Look at that.
Look at that. My biceps aren't even in frame. Like,
Look at his shoulder.
More? Can I sag more? Can I get out of frame? Can I like swim out of frame? I can't. It's too bad. Difficult. All
Okay,
right.
so this is what they say. Who thought cramps could kill? Well, in this case, they can. So first of all, you need to float on your back to ensure the water doesn't get into your lungs. Then try to stretch your cramp by pulling your leg towards you or wait until it subsides.
Now, I feel like that would be a different scenario if you were like, say, scuba diving or something.
Oh, God.
I would hate to get a cramp if I was like,
because you have a mask on and you got that breather thing. That shit's crazy.
No, man. I don't know if a diving cramp would be. I think that'd be a life ender.
Yeah. Just relax. No.
I can't. I'm going to sink if I don't keep doing something.
All right, the next one is a very real thing. And America has the most of them. A school shooting.
A school shooting?
Yeah, so I work at a school, so this is up my road. Unfortunately, we don't have that kind of training for staff yet.
Which is kind of ridiculous with the frequency in this country.
Yeah. I think they're getting to it. Like I'm part of their, I forget what it's called, but it's like CERT. I forget what it's called. Like what the CERT stands for. Certified Emergency Response Team. So you do like a training where they teach you like what you do in a fire, what you do in an earthquake, what you do if there's like massive casualties. But shooting wasn't part of it. But yeah, in a school shooting, I mean, doesn't matter where it is, take cover. I'm fortunate enough to have a building where we have security in like locks, so you need a key card to get into most places. Mm-hmm. And I would try to get to the most safe spot I know that has a like 30-foot ladder you have to climb up to. Mm-hmm. To our, I guess you would say grid, but it's really not a grid. It's just, I guess, a catwalk would be the more correct term.
Turn on the catwalk.
And I would just kind of wait up there.
Okay.
If it's around me, you know, this person, it's a shooting, so this person has some malicious intent to hurt people. So I'm probably dead already. So I'm gonna try to take that guy down.
But David, how could you do that if you're dead?
Zombies are real.
Oh wow.
Or I ghost attack them. I would do my best to try to save as many people and get whoever is shooting to not be shooting anymore if it was around me.
I would do my best to haunt them.
I mean, if it was at a concert and someone just started shooting it, I would try to kill this guy or person, whoever it was. I mean, this person's already shooting people. Things are already bad.
How true it is.
True dat.
Yeah, I don't know. School shooting. All right. Who am I in this scenario? I'm definitely not the shooter.
You are not the shooter. Let's say, I don't know. I guess, let's say you were taking night classes at Mesa or something.
So I'm a student.
Yes.
Well, all right. For one, a night school shooting? Okay, I feel like that wouldn't be as effective. I'm just saying
classes after work. Classes after work.
Oh. Classes after work?
On your off day.
It's like, I work during the week. I have no off days other than the weekends. Let me see. I don't know. Like, I guess I would just like hole up somewhere. If like, no, that's not true. I wouldn't do that. I don't know. Is there one shooter? Is there multiple shooters? Is it like a raid? Or like
a raid type situation?
I don't know. What if? Yeah. Yeah.
Let's say let's say it's one shooter.
One shooter. And is it like during the day?
It's during the day.
High school? Am I in high school? Am I in college? Am I in middle school, elementary school, preschool?
Let's say you're in college.
I'm in college.
Because that's closer to your current age.
I'm in college, and it is nighttime, daytime.
It is daytime. God, do I have to tell you all these details?
I want to get the specifics, man. That's all.
You have an eye patch, too.
Daytime, college age, eye patch.
And you have a you're actually a Saiyan from the planet Vegeta, but you don't know it.
I'm a Saiyan? Oh, wow. If I'm a Saiyan, he's gone. Just
but you don't know it.
just energy beam. I don't know it. I would.
Yeah.
Okay, if I'm college aged, I'm sure there would be things that have happened to me over the course of my life that would tick me off that I am like not normal. Like take a really long fall and I'm fine or something like that.
Have you taken a really long fall though?
I have.
And you're fine though.
I'm fine now.
Yeah, but you're still fine.
Most of the time, immediately after I was not. It's usually like a lot of rolling around and like moaning, like
But mom.
yeah, a lot of that. But in all seriousness, school shooting. If it was something that I could, I don't know. If there was anything I could do to kind of help the situation, and I was in a position to do so, I would probably try and do that. Otherwise, like, just hole up somewhere.
Yeah, basically what I said. If it's not around me, but like I have like the emergency texts at my school, and it's like anytime anything happens, they send out a text. I would go to this hideout and wait for safety. But if it's in a concert that I'm working and I see this person do something, like I'm taking action. I'm not. My hope is that I'm able to get to this person before he does any damage, or that me trying to get someone else has a chance to do it.
Huh. Awfully brave of you to assume the shooter's a man.
I mean, a person, him or her.
A being with possession of
alien, binary, non-gender, predator.
An alien school shooting? Would that be different?
I mean, I'm pretty sure we're fucked if an alien travels with the technology to travel millions of light years to come shoot up a school.
I don't know if it's because this is releasing soon or whatnot, but have you seen those trailers for that Destroy All Humans game, that remake that's coming out?
So I'm waiting for it on the Xbox.
Oh, really? I was like, because I played it when it first came out, and I really liked that game. But for this scenario, I'm like picturing that dude running around, and I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, I don't care if I'm dying. I feel like if it was an alien rather than a human, I would be more inclined to do something reckless. I'm gonna charge this dude. I'm gonna rip him to pieces,
or be zapped to death.
Yeah, I don't know, because it's like, okay, has anyone, in the world seen an alien with their own two eyes? I'm like, this is like a once in a lifetime thing. And I'm like, if this is how I go, sweet.
Let's do it.
Let's make an event.
Get that YouTube page up.
Yeah. Do it for the gram. Someone hold up a cam, please.
Do a barrel roll.
Yeah.
But back to that Destroy All. One of my favorite games of all time. I have two really old games that I really like. Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee on the GameCube, and then Rampage, the arcade game.
Ooh.
Where you destroy everything, and which has been made into a movie a couple years ago with The Rock, which was really stupid.
Yeah, not good.
But anything where you just kind of destroy shit is super fucking fun.
Oh man, that's you know what? That's if you like the destructible environments, well. Okay, well that's like the perfect marriage between like monsters and mayhem. Both of those games. So, I couldn't really think of. I'm trying to think of like another thing in the vein of that.
Dude, they can literally make Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee every year, and I would buy every add-on and buy everything for the game because that game is so much fun.
That'd be like the new Madden or FIFA or something.
Just like a new roster.
Yeah, just put them out. We'll make our own monsters, OCs, after a while. It's fine if we run out.
But yeah, I guess me and Sam kind of have the same thing. If we can do something, let's do it. If not, take shelter and wait for it to blow over.
Take shelter, or if you can, get out of there. So,
Okay, so this is what they say. Security consultant John Nicoletti has done a lot of research on school shootings, and he found 4 things that increase students' probability of survival. As dumb as it is, number 1 is get away. Remember to zigzag. Obviously, this gives you a best chance making it to your next birthday, but many times it's not possible. Number 2 is barricade the door. If you create an obstacle, the gunman will likely not waste his time with it. But if he gets through, and you may have to resort to number 3, play dead. This requires you not to panic and control your breathing. 4th, if all else fails, capitalize on adrenaline and fight back. You won't feel any pain.
Well, hold on a minute. If all else fails, fight back. You'll be high on adrenaline. You won't feel any pain. Well, I have some issues with that.
I think it's a fight or flight kind of situation.
Yeah.
I mean, you and I haven't really... I mean, you have with the almost drowning thing. And you probably felt a lot of pain. But I feel like maybe in a situation where you know someone is coming, you're aware of this. I think the human body is capable of, hey, I'm going to get hurt, but if I can make it or stop this, bad person. I mean, I think humans still have that natural instinct of survival.
Yeah.
It's like, doesn't matter who you are. And if you're able to, you're going to.
That's just the Super Bowl. The team coming through the tunnel. They're like, all right, let's do this. We're getting this right now.
And then they get shut out 49-0. The Chargers.
Yeah. Wow.
Actually, I think it was 49-17 the last time they were in a Super Bowl against the 49ers.
I was going to say, that's brave of you to say that the Chargers would get that far.
I mean, no, this is a serious game. This was years ago. This was the Chargers versus the 49ers, and I think they got blown the fuck out. All right, next one. This is surprised by a gigantic wave.
Like a tidal wave?
Yes, a tidal wave. And I guess surprise means you don't see it, so you're getting smashed no matter what. And I guess I'm taking the hit and holding my breath, and then when I'm able to stop getting smashed, I'll hopefully float to the top. Other than that, kiss my butt goodbye.
I mean, I think the likelihood of you surviving a tidal wave if you don't see it coming is like, odds are you're not going to make it. But
yeah,
that's an odd question if that's what they mean.
Also, are you in the water or on land? Because that might be different too.
And like how close you are to like the I guess it wouldn't be the epicenter, but like the beginning of the wave. I feel like that might kind of affect a little bit. Maybe. Perhaps,
for sure. Sort of, for sure. Yes. It would totally. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So this is a weird. I guess if in the water, I'm kind of getting smashed, but I may have survived if I'm on land. Let's say the Oceanside Pier, and we're walking on the boardwalk. I'm gonna try to run. I don't think I can outrun it, but I'm gonna try to get up and as high as possible, as fast as possible. But I just don't think that's gonna matter because you don't fuck with Mother Nature.
I feel like this question would go over better if like you had just a little bit of warning beforehand. Like maybe you see it and you're like 2 minutes out from just being like decimated.
I think 2 minutes would give you a head start.
Like if you just happen to look at the horizon and you see the wave building
and you see no horizon.
Yeah. Be like, where is the line where the sun hits the water?
Yeah,
it's
and
gone.
I guess I've never seen it or anything, so I don't know what really happens. But I've seen videos of it, and that shit's fucking just so quickly.
It looks like the footage I've seen. It's crazy because it's just like it looks like nothing 1 second, and then it's just everything's underwater.
And then the after videos where everything there's trees everywhere, there's grass everywhere, there's cars flipped over, there's cars on the beach. It's insane. Yeah, this is one thing I would not like to witness in my life.
Assuming you're in a good enough position, I would think your best hope is to just like get as high as you can. Like like, you know, what am I saying? I don't even fucking know what I'm saying right now.
Go up. Yeah, you are. Go up. High.
Go up, climb, reach,
Yeah.
reach greater heights. Something, I
And-
don't know. Go in a building and go to the top floor or something
Yeah.
or whatever. But yeah. Otherwise, if you're ground level, that's tough luck, man. You're probably gonna get swept away.
Yeah, and yeah, just like the the day after tomorrow, where that wave takes the Eiffel Tower.
Jeez.
Yeah, so kiss your butt goodbye. Let's see what they say. Your best bet is to try to swim. Okay, so this means you're in the water. Swim over the wave before it breaks. If this is not possible, though, then you need to extend your arms and legs away from yourself to spread the impact and keep yourself from being thrust deep into the water. Take a deep breath and wait until the turbulence subsides. You'll get tossed around, but try to stay oriented and don't panic. Get back to the surface quickly, breathe, and reassess the situation, because you may have to repeat it.
Huh. Well, definitely, if you're just in the water, like, haphazardly, and that happens, I don't think any amount of preparation you'd try and do in the moment is really gonna help you, outside of just, like, blind luck.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna die. but if you're on the shore, like, and you have a little bit of a heads up, like, maybe you have a shot. But I mean, short of like massive distance between you and the wave, I don't know.
I think this may assume that the wave's only like, 20 feet, not 100 feet.
But David, it's a tidal wave.
I mean, it says gigantic wave, but I think tidal wave was better.
Tidal wave is much better.
Yeah, right? Thank you. All right, next one. And this is going to be my favorite one, because Sam will, as soon as I read it, Sam will probably not know why it's my favorite one, but then I'll say a word and he'll be like, oh my God. And he'll roll his eyes. I bet money on it.
Okay.
Drive your car into a lake.
I feel like there's like an office thing in here. Is that it?
Yes, the office.
The GPS. Follow the GPS.
Yeah. No, it means bear right. No, it means right. Well, it doesn't mean it's a lake here. Stop yelling at me.
Oh my gosh.
There's a lake here.
Driving a car into a lake. You know what?
I drove my car into a fucking lake.
For as much as I know this happens in the world, but like for as much as I see like this situation presented in like television, and I can't tell you how many PSAs I've seen about that, but like I'm like, what is the likelihood that this is actually going to happen to me, where like my car is going to go like into a body of water? And like, I don't know. I see a lot of stuff about it though.
Yeah, where me and Sam live, I know of lake-wise, like 3 lakes in San Diego County, and I feel like it's really hard to do, like, even on purpose, drive your car into the lake.
Right.
In San Diego, like Lake San Marcos has like a fuck ton of boats all around it and buildings all around it. Mm-hmm. And if your car could like get behind the buildings, like, and go the dirt path, your car will probably get stuck in those mountainy roads. Mm. Lake Murray, you're going to drive all the way like out there again and try to put it, but unless it's like the office situation where you drive your car into the like boat bay, mm-hmm. or it's like that, what is it called? I think it was a Stephen King TV adaptation about I really liked it. It was I'm
like The Stand, The Langoliers.
No,
that rose red one. What else? There was
I don't actually know if it was a Stephen King. I think it was. I'm pretty sure
the TV version of The Shining.
It was based on a movie that they did like 40 years ago with that. I don't know, but anyways, the main character is sitting in a car with her mom, and the mom like is getting a divorce from the dad, and she's like, I know what to do, and then like tries to drive. Actually, doesn't try. Drives off the parking lot into a lake, and tries to kill her daughter and herself.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's a perfect situation because it's a parking lot, and then like a 7-8 foot drop into a lake. Terrible place to put a parking lot. Because you're just asking for people to not put their e-brake on and for their car to roll into the lake.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I feel like if you're responsible, I don't think it's going to happen.
Okay, but this is a life or death situation where it has happened. So,
okay,
what's your move? What do you do?
My move is roll the windows down as fast as possible. Mm-hmm. That's my first thing.
And bump your mixtape.
I probably don't. And make sure everyone hears the fire going down with me.
Oh, yeah.
Roll the windows down as fast as possible. I just don't think I'll be that fast because electric windows are not that fast. So I might have to break things. I've heard before that opening the door is very difficult when your car is filling with water. Mm-hmm. And if you open the door while that water might push that door back on you. You just lost 3, 4, 5 seconds. Mm-hmm. You know, it's all about speed, quickness. And if I can, I'm busting my windshield open. Mm-hmm. And then climbing out of the window and swimming up.
Now,
seatbelt off.
I know that is like the number one recommended piece of advice is to like burst through a window, right? But I'm like, have you tried doing anything like my fucking cat? Can you hear that on your end?
Yeah,
God, she's so loud.
She's loud.
But yeah, have you like, you know, just for fun? I mean, I don't know.
Are
what
you
kind
asking
of fun.
me if I've
have
ever
you tried doing
punched
anything to a window in a car?
I have had the luxury of throwing a brick at a window.
Do I want to know the details?
Not a crime. Not a crime. It was like a junkyard like car, and it literally was like, oh yeah, we just fuck it up sometimes on my friend's yard, mm-hmm. like on their backyard, and he's like, oh, throw a brick at it,
because that's fun.
And I will say this right now: throwing a brick at a car it's a lot harder, and you really have to aim for the center, because if you hit like any part of the edge, the window itself is stronger around, because then it's locked in place,
right?
But I think in a life or death situation, I can easily break a windshield.
Well, I mean, at the very least, like you probably have like, chances are maybe either you have either a sturdy or a pointy object in the car that you could kind of use to kind of like
my fist.
Yeah, because your fist comes to a point, like a cone.
Actually, if it's me, I have the bar. So I'll probably grab that and smash it.
That's good. Okay, so yeah, break through the windshield.
I think the recommendation is if you are going to use the door, you wait until the car has filled up,
and then you drown.
That way, there's well, you hold your breath, but then you open the door. That way, the car's filled up. There's no sudden pressure of water coming in. Mm-hmm. And the door is easier to open. Now, but with all these fancy, cars and their electronic locks, I think that will make it difficult. If your electricity and water don't mix, maybe it'll fuck up your locks and you'll be locked in.
Well, yeah. I mean, especially with, I don't know. I guess a lot of the stuff I'd seen is for older cars where it's like a hand crank window. Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah. Let's do it.
If it's a hand crank window, I'm cranking that thing and getting out that way. But yeah.
You know what? Car companies should start making their windshields with like a little hammer attachment, mm-hmm. in case you go into the water. Because I think Ford did it first, mm-hmm. where they put a lever inside the trunk in case you get locked in the trunk, mm-hmm. and it shows like pull lever, and then it shows guy running out of the trunk. But I think that would be smart in the window in case it fills up. You can smash the window like a little fire extinguisher hammer.
I feel like that's a thing that should have been addressed by like, the big car industry. It's like, they're so big on like all their like safety and like what am I saying? They're always trying to up the safety factor. Yeah, the safety features of their vehicles. I'm like, they should account for a situation like that. There like should be like a button or something that'll dislodge a window, or like kind of like help with like the vacuum effect if like you get stuck in like a flooded in situation or something. Or?
Yeah, maybe put like because we have airbags and those are basically small explosions going off in your car.
Yeah,
maybe put them around the windshield, or your driver's side window, and it just pops and breaks the glass.
But yeah, that's definitely like a situation that they like. I feel like there's been enough time, and that's probably happened enough times where they could like address that in some way and make it like a common feature for cars or something like that.
And you're not wrong. This probably happens more than it should because people are stupid, or people do this on purpose, where they try to drown themselves in their kids, or they try to fake an insurance claim.
Yeah. But as for like if that were to happen to me, I think I don't know, I'm picturing like not so much like a lake, but like say I'm like driving like cliffside near like the ocean, and like I happen to go over like a safety rail or something like that way. But I think my first instinct is to go for the trunk latch.
All the way in the back?
Yeah. Well, like that wouldn't be my my first thought is to try and make it run at the trunk, but like I'll open it as like like, oh, that's my B, that's my plan B. Like I'm gonna, just in case, I'll pop it, and then like if like the windows don't work out, like I can't get out that way, I'm like, all right, I've exhausted that option. I guess I'll try and like pop the back seat and make my way out the trunk if that's open. But like I feel like if you're like mid-fall and you pop it, maybe you have a better chance of it not closing or like being an open like option for you. But I don't know how true that is. Or just pop a sunroof if you have one.
Or the moonroof.
The moon. Well, whatever. Whatever, dude.
Actually, for the longest time, they had both the moonroofs and the sunroof.
What's the difference?
I actually don't know.
I think there's no difference. I think it's just that's what they tell you when they sell you the car. Whichever one sounds more appealing.
The way it closes, or however it does it, maybe sunroofs just close and then moonroofs open the other way too. Because I know some open just like straight out, but some can lift the back end up and give you a little bit of air instead of opening all the way.
I was going to say, I think that's a convertible.
No. This was on the Civic I had a long time ago.
For like a sunroof, it should be like circular, and then like a moonroof, it should be like a crescent shape.
They're both circle
or like a
shapes,
U
though.
almost, like a horseshoe. I feel like that'd be kind of interesting.
They're both circle shapes, though.
Yeah, but like to differentiate, it could be like the circle with like the little sun streaks, like the little lines, like like you would draw in like elementary school, like in the corner of your picture.
And he also has sunglasses.
Yeah, sunglasses, the super trendy sun.
All right, let's read this really quick and we'll move on to the next one. If you ever experience this misfortune of plunging your vehicle into a body of water, then be aware that you have roughly 90 seconds before your cabin will be full of water. Unfortunately, as soon as the bottom edge of your door is submerged, it becomes impossible to open, so start rolling down your windows. You still have power for up to 45 seconds after hitting the water and getting out of your seatbelt. If you can't open the windows, then try to kick them out with your feet. And that's the difficult part, I think.
Kicking out the windows.
Like no. Like your seatbelt is on, and you want to wear that seatbelt with the impact. So even if you have enough time to think, oh, I should unbuckle my seatbelt. No, I should keep it on before I hit through the water. As soon as I hit the water, seatbelt, window, And I honestly, I think they're giving you too much time. I think I've been watching old episodes of Top Gear, and they drop this guy in water in a car, and it's like 12 seconds, submerged completely. So, yeah, I think it's a scary situation, but I think it's very easy to get out of it. Window, don't waste your time with the door. Window, seatbelt, window. Get your loved ones out too. Like that even adds more trouble when you have like a passenger or children.
Not a problem. It's just me.
I mean, we have Oscar sometimes in the car. Like, he hates fucking water, so I can't imagine how freaked out he'll be. But yeah, I'm gonna save my family. All right, next one.
Next.
This next one may come to you a little bit. Lost in the woods.
Why would you think that for me?
When Warren abandons you while you guys are hiking.
Thankfully, the one desert hike was the only time he abandoned me. But we have done.
I'm shocked that he would abandon you. Like, it's safety first, dude. You don't fucking...
the way it was going, like, I think the fact that like he was less crippled or hobbled than me at that point was like a blessing for him, because I don't think he would have had energy to try and wait or help me in any ways. Like, I have to get down. If I'm not getting down, we're not getting out of here, because I'm responsible with the car and everything. So yeah, no, I totally get why he did that. Or at least I tell myself
false, dude. That's the worst fucking excuse I've ever heard.
I'm just telling myself that. I don't know what he was thinking. That was a fun day though. One more time. Lost in the woods.
Lost in the woods. So I'm thinking Blair Witch kind of thing, where
standing in the corner,
you go out not knowing anything. Honestly, I have a pretty good sense of direction when it comes to like north, west, east, and south. I'm almost everywhere I go, I can figure it out really quickly. Also, the sun sets and rises in certain directions, so you can figure that out. They always say go north, wherever moss grows. I don't think I've ever seen moss in California. And also, we don't have forests in Southern California. I think I would be able to get out, and we have a thing called smartphones that have little compasses, but for the most part, I'm pretty adaptable, and I have a really good sense of direction. But my first thing would, if I'm completely lost, get as high as possible and see if I can see, a town or the route.
That's a good idea. I don't know, lost in the woods. Now, I have observed, because I have gone in forested areas around here, such as on another hike that we went on, was in, where is it? I was thinking of Gears of War, because it's like the same name. San Jacinto? Jacinto? That's why I think Gears of War. Jacinto. Jacinto?
Jacinto. Yeah, Jacinto.
Yeah. Very forested area. Very, very scenic. I recommend that hike. Is very nice over there. It's a very long hike, though. But yeah, I think from what I can remember, once the sun came up, I do remember seeing like moss and stuff like on various surfaces. But as for like to orient yourself, like which direction is which, like I don't know how reliable that is, because I wasn't looking at that. But yeah, I would think, like you said, just try and get high, kind of get your bearings a little bit, survey the land. But yeah, I'm no pioneer. I'm not very good with direction like that in the wilderness. So I don't know.
I feel like in 10, 15 years, there'll be cell service everywhere. So your phone will probably be able to pick up some satellite. Also, if people don't know this, your phone has the emergency call where it will try to make a call on any like satellite band, any other company's band, so that you can get help.
Okay, well, let's, how about, if, like, you have no phone, or it's broken, and you have no...
Smartwatch.
And you have no access to technology. Okay, let's say, like, a naked and afraid situation, where you're just, like, it's just you.
I get kidnapped and I'm dumped in the forest.
Yeah.
I look straight up. Oh wait, which way is north? Which way is south? Am I gonna really go north? I think it depends on the area and the vegetation that I see, because going north now doesn't always work out for you. But the first thing is like go up high, and then probably every 30 seconds to a minute I'm screaming, and if I can hear anyone, if I can hear anything saying, "Hey, what's that?" or yelling back at me.
Okay.
But then it could be like a Red Dead Redemption, where those people that you go to get help with will inherently kill you as well.
Yeah, just assume everyone's hostile. That's good.
Dude,
I don't know, man.
I've been playing Red Dead, and that's all I assume. Everyone that asks for help, I'm like, no, I should just shoot you first.
You want me dead. You want something from me, probably my life.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. Well, let's hear what they have to say.
Let's see what this says. Remember Hansel and Gretel?
No.
You want to leave breadcrumbs. Break off branches and leave them on the ground so you can retrace your steps. Get to a high ground first to see if you can orient yourself. Next, move downhill until you find a river or other moving body of water. Follow it downstream. They will usually lead you to a town or village. If you can't find one, then keep walking straight and use the sun to orient yourself. That's smart about the river, actually, because that's probably your best bet. Like, you can't go without water for like a week, but you can go without food for like a month.
I don't know, man.
So maybe
I couldn't go
the
like
river part.
I was gonna say I couldn't go a few hours without food. So,
I mean, if really you could, your body would
No.
you'd be hungry and you fucking hate everything. But I think water is way more important than food.
no, I need food.
There's water in this beer.
Yeah, I'm not drinking that.
How's your Sierra Nevada torpedo?
It's done. I finished it. It's good though.
All right, next one.
But yeah, the river tip was a good one. I like that.
Yeah, that is a good one. Next one is a blowout. So tire blows out on the freeway in the fast lane. Pretty easy. Don't try to swerve. Don't try to over control the car. Put your hands on the wheel, kind of gently grip it, let it swerve, let it do its thing. Because if you're going to try to control it, it's going to end up worse than you think. If it's a really bad blowout, you're going 70 miles an hour, grind your car against a barrier. That will stop it for sure. You and your car getting messed up is way better than doing like a 5-car pile up on the freeway. If you're, so that's my 2 cents.
What I would say, whatever you can do, like, because that's always awful when that happens. But like, do your best to control the car and just pull it to the shoulder, whichever one is closest. You know, if you're in the fast lane or the slow lane, or you know, in the middle of like a 12-lane freeway or something.
Yeah, 12-lane freeway.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, just like try your best to avoid doing like fast jerking motions with the wheel. But whatever you can do to, you know, make your exit from the situation the safest it can be. But yeah.
Yeah, that one's pretty straightforward, and they say try not to steer too much. You want to ease the car onto the shoulder as carefully as possible. This is why it's best to drive with 2 hands on the wheel and stay alert. The worst thing that can happen is to be taken by surprise and then jerk the wheel.
Yeah, okay.
Pretty easy, pretty simple. Yeah.
Simple.
All right, we got 2 more, and we're gonna plow through these. The next one, Sam should know this.
I should.
A riptide.
A riptide? Don't fight it. Just
Yeah, don't that. I mean, I think me and Sam are on the same page. Don't struggle. Float
Yeah.
on your back. Let it take you, and then go. Around it.
so a lot like the kelp/algae situation. Don't panic. Just relax. And try and get out of it if you can, but safely. Don't try and swim against it, because that's where you find yourself in the most trouble, and then you're going to be exhausted, and then you'll drown. But swim.
Yeah, and then drowning is probably the worst thing that could happen.
Yeah, I would say try and swim parallel to the shore until you notice the current easing off, and then gradually make your way in. But yeah, definitely avoid panicking.
Whatever you do, don't struggle against it. As you can see in the diagram, and they have this cool little diagram where the rip current comes from the shore, goes out into the middle, and then back around, like a Venn diagram.
Oh.
They lose strength eventually. As soon as you get to the point, swim parallel to the shore until you get away from the riptide zone. Most often, it's only a few feet wide anyways.
False. Usually not.
Is it bigger?
It doesn't feel like that.
Is it bigger usually?
It doesn't feel like that when you're in it. That's all I'll say. It's like you're...
All right. And now...
Yeah, it's like you're fighting a vacuum.
Go ahead.
That's it.
I can beat a vacuum.
Think a huge, industrial strength vacuum. Nipping at your heels.
And
that's what that feels like.
And this is our last one. And thank you so much. List 25 dangerous situations. And I feel like it's going to be the same thing. We're going to plow through this. Dog attack.
Okay.
I would feel bad for killing a dog, but if this dog is attacking me, I'm going to definitely hurt this dog, and I'm definitely going to kill this dog. And I am prepared to lose, blood and get bitten. But I know dogs, as soon as they bite down, and that's all they do. So for the 2 seconds of biting down, I am going for eyeballs. and then if I can, dicks and balls underneath, because that ball shots hurt everyone.
Yeah. Regardless of species. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, if you are, run down by a dog and they latch onto you at all, that is like a death grip. So, I would say, well, I'm definitely I'm assuming it's like an arm, because that's usually what I see bitten when a dog chases after you, right?
I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter if it bites my leg. It's still just biting down on a body part.
Right.
I'm still gonna be able to fuck it up.
Yeah. So chances are it's gonna only go for one spot, and then it's gonna stick to it. So it's not like it's gonna bite you and then bite you and then bite you. Or more often than not, that's not the situation. But I'm reaching down with whatever free hand or both free hands or whatever. I'm breaking ribs. I'm trying to wow, this is so violent. I like dogs. I'm trying to break a neck. I'm breaking legs. I'm gonna mangle this dog if I can. So otherwise,
Sam's going for the more brutal attacks, and I go for the more torturous attacks.
You go for torturous attacks. I'm thinking I'm going
eyeballs.
Yeah.
Thumb in the eye.
I'm gonna fingers in the nostrils, try and peel it back. I don't know. Or if it gets on an arm, if I can run at something, I'm gonna jump onto it, do a wrestling move, and try and crush it with my body weight.
Smart, yeah. And you probably would, because I feel like
fat.
most dogs do not like being fucking gripped or pressured down, closed off. I think most dogs are claustrophobic.
Yeah, I feel like if I get it on a forearm, I'm just gonna I'm gonna lean into it and land on it, and I'm aiming for your neck, so I'm gonna try and I'm gonna crush you if I can.
All right, so this is what the article says. Go for the nose. If you can't get to the nose, then kick, and kick hard. The dog is almost certainly faster than you, so your best bet is to fight it out. And I think, I mean, we weren't thinking about running. We were
we're in fight mode. We're not. Yeah. That's pretty good. But yeah, no, sensitive tissues.
Awesome.
That's good.
That was awesome. Yeah, this was fun. Little dangerous list 25. I don't think I want to say this right now, but I think next week's going to be even funner.
Is it,
Sam? And it will be. Yeah, good beer. Thank you, Alpine. I actually really like this beer after like the third one. This is a solid beer, and I haven't really liked most of their beer.
Huh. All right. Well, some positives. Yeah. Hopefully, I'll get my butt in a gear and go shopping this week. Come back with something. So we'll see.
I'm gonna just go online to a local brewery and just like put an order for Sam for them to deliver to him, and he'd be like, "What is this?" I would, but Sam's house is not that easy to find.
No, it's not. by design.
It's a weird area.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wouldn't trust that beer I gave him to get to his home.
They might not get there. All right.
Thanks for watching and listening.
Keep drinking, keep listening.